Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to discuss decluttering and being a frugal person, and how do we do that as a frugal person, because I personally like to keep things for uses, for reusing them and repurposing things. So now, for over this past, I guess it's been quite a long journey. How do you declutter all those items that you've built up over years and years and sometimes decades, right? So that is what today's video is going to be about. But before I get into that, I just wanted to say thank you to all my new subscribers, and so excited for all of you to join the Frugal and Fabulous family. And other than that, I just appreciate each and every one of you for joining me in each of my videos and commenting and liking and sharing. And I have not had my computer for the past week. I actually just got it back today, so I've been pretty bad in answering comments, because I don't know if you know this, but it's pretty hard to comment back on everyone's comments on a phone, because it doesn't, you have to go to like each and every different video to get to different comments. So it's been difficult for me to do that. So now that I have my computer, they're all in one spot and I could just reply to them that way. So I'm sorry if you've been waiting a few days or maybe even a week for a response. So anyways, enough of that, and let's get into the video. So I have 5 points here that I have been using to declutter. And for me, decluttering has been really difficult because I am a sentimental person, and not only that, I like to look at everything and be like, well, can I use this? How can I use this? Can I use this? Can I make it into something else? And so on. So anyways, let's get started. Okay, so the first one is, do we have something in mind already for what we are going to use it for? So something as basic as a teapot. If it's still functional, we can use it for tea. Or maybe it has some cracks and it leaks. So can't really use it for a teapot, but maybe we can use it for a plant pot, and you put a plant in there instead, and then put it on a saucer or something and use it that way. But just make sure, if you're keeping it for that purpose, make sure you put it to use and don't let it sit on your cupboards or whatever for the next 5 years or more. So that's number one. Number two, is it something useful that it can actually do something, or is it just something sitting there collecting dust and there is no way to make it useful? For instance, is it a knick-knack that has no other use except sitting there collecting dust? That to me is fairly easy to get rid of, unless it's something that someone gave to me, but even then I have had to downsize all those little knickknacks. Or is it something like a mixer that maybe, you can use it, or if it's markers, whatever it is it something that actually has a use, or is it something just sitting there? So that's number two. Okay, so the third one is, have we used it in the past year? I know some people like to say 6 months, 3 months, or even a month, but I like to say an entire year, because that gives us time to really know if we are going to use it or not. And some of it can be, stuff that we only use a year. For instance, Christmas stuff, birthday stuff, etc. Or has it been sitting in a storage bin for the past 5-10 years and you totally forgot you had it? If that is the case, then maybe you really don't need it, because maybe you've already bought 2 or 3 of the same thing. So in that case, I would probably let go, either sell it or donate it, unless it's something that you've ran out of now and you need some more. Then use it definitely, but don't put it back in that storage bin. I personally hate storage bins and storage containers unless they're for things that I can use or that I can get at every single day, because then you forget about what you have and then you go out and buy things that you've totally forgot you had, and then you're just, anyway, so I don't like doing that. That's number 4. That's number 3, sorry. Number 4 is, are we keeping it for sentimental reasons or because we think it's going to be worth something one day? I've heard that one so many times, and people are always telling me, oh, you should keep that because that can be worth something one day. Well, you know what? That one day I might not even be around. So instead of taking up space in my tiny house for the next 10, 20 years, by the time it's worth something one day, I will probably have forgotten about it. And you know what I mean? I'd rather just get rid of it and let someone else enjoy it, or let someone else keep it for that rainy one day. And but the sentimental part is really hard for me. I mean, I still have my what are those things called, some stuffies from when I was little that I just haven't been able to let go. For instance, I have my Rainbow Bright doll and my Sprites, and you know, I have not been able to let go of those. So yeah, that is number 4. Number 5 is, do I have something else that can be used for the same purpose? So this one is definitely a good one to go by. For instance, I let go of my popcorn maker because I have a stove and I have a pot and I have kernels, so I can just make stovetop popcorn instead of keeping another appliance in my already squashed little cupboard in the corner. So I'm already using stuff that I already have, and I let that go. I gave it away for someone else to use. And yeah, that's, if you have there's many other instances, that's just the one that I can think of right now. But if you have things that are multi-purpose, let go of those things that only serve one purpose and use other things so that your space is not so cluttered. And those are my 5 tips that I go by. And again, I'm going to repeat this. I don't have how to let go of sentimental items. I did go through all of my cards, I guess, or greeting cards and letters that I have had since the age of 5 years old. So that is 27 years worth of greeting cards. If you can imagine the size of that bin, I went through it all, and now I have a tiny little container this big with the remaining ones. A few of them were letters and greeting cards from my Oma that passed away, and some of them are from my mom. They were all actual letters, but all the greeting cards that just said, to Carissa from blah blah blah, and no letter, I got rid of all of those. I don't even know why I was keeping them. Some of them I did keep so I could do arts and crafts with them, but for the majority of them, I got rid of them all. And a lot of other things I just had to let go. Just because someone gives you something does not mean you have to keep it. So now I'm just gibbering on. But that is all I had to share for today. And yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful weekend and a fabulous rest of the day. So until next time, bye!